Welcome everyone to the Yerevan family studio at CivilNet. Today I'm joined by Nitzan Yudan, founder and CEO of Benivo, an award-winning HR tech company with offices in London and here in Yerevan. Nitzan, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
Absolutely. So Nitzan, you're from Israel, you live in London, and your work, at least part of it, is here in Armenia. That's a really unusual story for Armenia. What did you see here that led you to open an office here? And what have been the challenges? What have been the benefits?
So we've been in Armenia now from 2015, so from 8 years now, and initially didn't plan to set up an office in Armenia. We have about 120 people in Benivo today, more than half of them, so more than 60 are here in Yerevan. It's our biggest location. And as you said, not my background, and well, the way it happened is that the company was founded in the UK, and at some stage as we grew, we decided, okay, we want to invest more in technology. There was a shortage of people in London, and we looked into different locations. At the time, I was looking at China, where we already had a few developers, into the Ukraine and Israel, where I grew up. And then one of our investors from Granatus Venture, Yerevan Sarkisian, came to me and said, hey, how about you consider also Armenia? I said, never thought about that. And we started to do that, started to interview 30 people in each of these locations. And the more I got to know people here, I was more and more impressed by the quality of the people, by the talent availability, even the culture fit, which was very similar to my personal culture and also to the culture we were looking to build in the company. So we said, okay, let's try. Let's hire one person, go and see what happens. And 8 years later, she's still with Benivo, the head of development now, and it became a very, very successful story.
That's absolutely fascinating. What have the challenges been starting here, and what have been some of the benefits?
Yeah, I think some of the challenges were, especially early on, when 8 years ago, there was not much of a startup, or now we are a scale-up at this stage environment. So when I talked with developers and tried to convince them to join Benivo, they were very concerned about the fact that we didn't have a large office, the fact that back at the time there was no shared spaces to run. Right? Look just now in Yerevan how many options there are for startups. This didn't exist, right? There was no of that. People were very concerned about job security, right? Oh, I'm going to move from a very established bank to a small technology company. So it was very hard to convince talent. That was definitely the hardest time earlier on, but it's been a journey for us to grow our brand here and grow the reputation, as well as, of course, watching how the economy and the technology ecosystem here has grown so much. So I think that's became, from what was before a disadvantage, now it's an advantage, right? That there are so many talented people, well-educated, that really like to build technology and also connect very much to the clients, right? Because there are kind of two types of ways to approach technology. One is very technology focused. I want to build the best technology in the world. And the second, I want to build the best products in the world. Right? I want to add value to clients. And we've found that great fit here.
And you already started talking about it, but I'd just like to dig a bit further. So in the 8 years that you've been involved here, how else have you seen the startup system, the IT ecosystem change here?
It's dramatic change, right? From having a few technology companies back there to now, I don't think it's even possible to count. There are so many of them. We've seen people who worked with us, who went to start a place or to join early stage companies. We've seen success coming, a lot more globalization. It's very exciting to see the trends, a lot more events that encourage entrepreneurship, a lot more programs. I often come here to speak at universities, and you can hear from the excitement of students that they think very differently than how it was 8 years ago. There's a lot more openness into innovation. And I think that's a gift, because the beauty of technology is that there's no need for any secret resources, right? Not oil, not gas, not even wind. You just need talent. And that just allows to do so much big things. So I'm excited about this.
Absolutely. So I read that last year, the Financial Times newspaper shortlisted Benivo in its yearly Tech Champions project. That's a competition of European companies using cutting-edge tech to meet today's business challenges. So First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm wondering, building on that, what can we expect from Benivo this year? And in particular, what role will your Armenia team be playing in that?
Yeah, so we had a few very, very good years. In Benivo, we built technology for global mobility team, so which is the space within HR that is responsible of the movement of people, relocations, assignments, remote work, and we work with very large enterprises such as Google and Microsoft and General Electric that move thousands or tens of thousands of people every year. And we've came to an industry when there was very little technology in it, and were able to use data analytics and AI in ways that were not possible before to really transform how technology is managed, and that resulted with awards and lots of client wins. We are very fortunate that despite the economic downturn that affected so many companies, we came prepared. First, we were always lean and very efficient with our capital. And second, we've actually came with a winning technology to this stage, and we've managed to more than triple the number of people who we moved globally last year, and we're doing it again this year. So it's very, very good times for us as a company to grow. And that's also mean here in Armenia, we keep growing our team. Just a year ago, we were 40 people, so almost 50% growth in the number of people we have now here in a bit more than a year, and we'll continue to grow and definitely committed to staying in Armenia.
That's great. I'm wondering, just to build on that, we're hearing more and more of this, the end of remote work type phrase. I'm wondering, how do you respond to that? And from Benivo's position, what are your plans? Yeah,
so in the way we run our company, we actually provide people the flexibility to work from home. I think remote work is sometimes confused between ability to work from home, where there is an office, to work from anywhere in the world. Work from anywhere in the world has a lot of tax and compliance issues. It might work for small businesses, for individuals, for contractors. It doesn't work for enterprise. So large companies cannot just let people work from anywhere in the world. And that's what we've seen through the pandemic and definitely seeing now. So companies are providing more and more companies are looking for people to come back to the office and definitely to stay within a short commute to the office. I don't think that the world of 5 days in the office is going to be the dominant one. There are companies who operate already back like this. I don't think that that's going to be the dominant, definitely not in technology. But I think opportunities to collaborate in person at least a couple of times a week is definitely something that we see as becoming the norm.
Absolutely. So back to Armenia for a second. I'm really curious, if you could meet tomorrow with Armenia's Prime Minister, what would you say to him that the government needs to do to attract more companies like Benivo?
Yeah, I think the main thing is to invest in the talent, into making sure that more and more people are given the chance to learn, to become a technology expert, whether it's developers, QA, Scrum Master, product, is just to encourage the education. I know a lot of that is happening, but I think that's the core. When there is talent, then there is also going to come a demand. So investing in that, I think, and as well as investing in the openness, right? The ability of people to think, all right, technology and startups and scale-ups are actually something that positively contribute to the economy. I think those are the things that will make the biggest impact.
Absolutely. Well, Nitzan, thank you again very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for.
Absolutely. And thank you for joining us on CivilNet.